I did something this morning for the first time since January 23rd, almost 2 full weeks. Dropped the kids off at school on time. 8 a.m. start, and damn, it felt good. Seriously, my kids hadn't gone to school on time in almost 2 weeks. And I'm glad. Lord knows if we get more snow, what will happen, blah, blah, blah. But they went to school this morning on time, and that felt good. I was glad to see that and hear that. Plenty for us to talk about. Obviously, the trade deadline is massive news. Wizards trade for Anthony Davis. I was listening to some commentary last night and some more stuff this morning. I don't know. I like the trade. You like the trade.
Because the thing of
they didn't give much up.
They didn't give up much, and I think people have to stop just reacting to a situation and start to get into the body of the whole deal. When you hear about them trading the first, those are a 30th pick and a 20-something pick.
Yeah.
They kept the one that's protected. Also, this is not about this year. Like, well, man, they don't want to win games. They're not trying to win games this year. This is about a next year thing.
If they gave up, for me, it's fairly simple. If they had given up their own first rounder, that sure looks like it's going to be a top 5, maybe a top 3. If they had given that up, I would not like to trade. Mm-hmm. But it's similar to Trae Young. They found star players. Anthony Davis is damn near a household name. Mm-hmm. Like, I was at Channel 4 all afternoon yesterday. Everybody over there knew Anthony Davis. Like, I didn't have to explain who this was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting star players that there's reasons you don't have to pay that much for them, right? Like, there's a reason you can get Anthony Davis with just giving up what will probably be about the 28th pick in this draft and a bunch of other players. Mm-hmm. Like, the people that should be mad are Dallas, because you traded Luka for Chris Middleton and some picks.
Yeah.
But we're not Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing I've heard some, what if he's still hurt? All right, then you rolled the dice and tried something, and it didn't work.
What if he's still hurt? This year? They're not trying to win anyway this year.
Right.
This is a next year thing. Let's see. And if he's healthy and Trae's healthy, that's a hell of a start right there. You got the way Sar's playing, the way Keyshawn George plays, the way Trae Johnson has shown you can play. Well, that's a hell of a little 5. Then Bub, and you start to see how they're building something. And if it doesn't work, fine. But like you said, you didn't give away the house.
Right.
And I think what happens is people they just see and react. Okay? Sometimes you have to take more than just the headline and more of just a title and get into it, and then you start understanding what's going on. This regime that's building this thing right now, and listen, I understand it has to happen for them, but they've done it. They know what they're doing, and they're not just doing what people did before. That's another issue. People can't seem to judge somebody by what they are now. They always want to judge by what things were before. The group that's doing it now wasn't here before.
Totally. And going one step further, like it's entirely possible. A lot of people, there's two things. Now there's reporting coming out that they plan on giving Trae Young and Anthony Davis long-term extensions. I wouldn't mind pumping the brakes on that a little bit because I like the flexibility you still have. Both players have player options, but you're not locked into 2030 paying $75 million or any of that. And maybe
if I want you to ball out next year when I give you a chance to play,
right?
I want you to think you're going to be here for the long haul.
And maybe just a long-term extension. I've heard this theory. I was texting with some folks last night that are NBA people. Both players have player options at a really high salary, which it would make sense. If you have a player option for $100, you'd be like, damn, I'm taking that. Mm-hmm. But what if, hey, man, you want to not take the player option, and I know you're due 1 year at 100, but I'll give you 3 years at 140. So you're getting more money overall. Yeah. We're knocking that salary down a bit, but you get more guaranteed money.
Yeah,
and who knows, with the way things have gone for you in the injury history, if you'll get more guaranteed money if you take the player option and then free agents.
There you go.
So like it could all work out. And the only other thing, and like I won't be naive in that, like, I'm sitting here on Monumental Sports Network, but a lot of the cynics and skeptics are like, oh, ownership got tired of tanking. I'm okay with that too. This team has been awful. In the last 2 years, they won 15 and 18 games and 35 before that.
And I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah, like, I don't think Michael Winger and Will Dawkins came to town and now ownership is like, all right, time to turn it around. We need some vets. Because if they were doing that, they would have done dumb trades to just get veterans, Brian, that would play right away. There is zero intention for Trae Young or Anthony Davis to play this year.
Yeah.
These are still long-term plays that you didn't give up premium assets for. And I think you could flip that ownership thing on its head where Dawkins and Winger said, hey guys, we think we're starting to build this young core, and there is some real talent out there at low prices we think we can add for the future to ramp this thing up. And yeah, you need approval to take on these salaries, but that's the right way to go.
What do I always say about you can't win with all young and all old. You got to have a mixture of it.
Yeah.
And then I think people, like a guy, I was looking through some stuff yesterday, and the guy was like, man, we're supposed to build this thing through the draft. What the hell you think they've been doing already? If you look at the team right now, all you got is draft picks. And a lot of them are starting to hit. Now you need to have some established people to go along with that while you still can get another top-notch player this year from the draft because you still hold on to that pick and you build something. You know, it's not a bad thing for everybody. Like what they would tell you, before you respond, take a little breather. Read a little extra. Then say something.
Think about it through different angles.
Because I just think like the problem with social media to me is this. One person makes a comment and it's completely wrong. And the next 3 million people ran with that comment that was completely wrong. Now they can't make themselves believe that it's wrong because so many people said it. Well, you know what? It's been a lot of jackasses in the world for a long time. So sometimes just take a pause and you'll find out that the people that just speak quickly, they don't know what the hell they talk about most times.
So we're going to talk to Chris Miles here in a few minutes from NBA TV and get the background on all this Anthony Davis trade. Chris was great after the Trae Young trade. Really curious his mindset on this. We weren't able to take calls yesterday because the news dropped at like 1:50 that they were trading for Anthony Davis, and we're off the air at 2. So we'll open the phone lines up after Chris. I did want to make sure we make time for this, though. Last night, news emerged. I think Tom Pelissero had it first, so credit to him, that the Commanders hired Eric Henderson.
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans guy.
New Orleans in the house.
As their new D-line coach and defensive run game coordinator. Now, for a number of years, Henderson was D-line coach and run game coordinator for the LA Rams. In that tenure, I believe they went to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. Aaron Donald, the greatest defensive player.
The guy that Jeff wanted to be, but he became Aaron Donald.
He's Aaron Donald receiver now.
Aaron, that's too small.